Why, hello YouTube, it's Michelle. It's Sunday evening and it's been a long time coming, but I wanted to give you a look at my September daily. I had completed this Traveler's Notebook last year as a design team project for CreationsbyJinx. Hey Jennifer. And this was the one that was orange, and I knew that I would want to use it for September this year. So anyway, let's get into the goodies. So outside, I think I will be able to link the original share of this Traveler's Notebook. This was definitely decorated, so I'm not doing a lot of the decoration, but I am adding, some goodies as we go along. But mostly it's just to track what happens in September. So when you open the journal up, first thing you've got, oh, those are extra September calendars. A tippin here made with some fabric that I got from Jennifer, and there's a fabric and collage up top. And then we've got the September calendar here with a little stamping, a glassine envelope with a note card in there just talking about September. And we start off, and I gotta share with you, this is my new little toy here, is my Paperang, this little gem. And I got the paper, I got the regular roll of paper, but then I also got the roll that has the sticky back. I love this. So that's what I'm using to capture this month's activities. So let's look here. We've got I went to a birthday party. I've got, I finally cleaned up this desk of mine here. Behind here there's a pocket. It's made out of design paper with some fall themed journaling cards. And over here was playing with my camera. And here's one of the cards that I made. Last weekend I had 3 birthdays, and so I made all these birthday cards using Tim Holtz paper dolls. And what happens is I can take a picture with my telephone and then Bluetooth it over to the Paperang, and I love it. Love it. It's so fun. So I got some design paper here. Again, everything's in shades of orange. And we have this was Tuesday of last week, what I wore. I made a calendar that I took to work using Summers in, no, not Summers in, this is, the cute birds. Oh my goodness, I'll come up with that. But that's an EVG printable that I use to make it my daily, my calendar for the month. And then here is, I cooked dinner on Tuesday. And this is me just talking about Tuesday. A little stamping. That was the 3rd. So on the 4th, I went down to Colorado Springs, did a tabling event for my undergrad chapter. And afterwards, my secondary advisor and I went to Bonefish Grill. So that's just talking about bonefish and having lobster on Wednesday. I felt very posh. On also, just that was the event, Colorado College. And then this was some journaling that I wanted to do, and just kind of put a little tie there, keep that closed up. So then we have the 5th, and I got a gift. One of my, sorry, I didn't realize this was flapping open. Sorry about that. I got a gift from a tenant, gave me an orchid, and then that was a posting for the event that we held. And then this was a poem. I was in a really funky mood on the 5th, and so, but it's so fun because the Paperang makes these puzzle pieces, and so I wrote in the puzzle pieces and cut them out. And then on the 6th, I got some Instagram shots of my daughter senior year, woohoo! And also on the 7th, work. I had 3 meetings back to back. on Saturday. That's why I said work, 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 work. And then afterwards went to see The War Room with some friends. That's a great spiritual movie if you haven't seen The War Room. Just talking about prayer and just fighting our battles in prayer. And then today is Sunday, and so just got another picture of what I had on today. I made a traveler's notebook. Well, no, I didn't. It's a junk journal. Just wanted to make something. Did a little journaling here. My daughter's getting ready to do a coffee blog for school, and so just talking about Sunday. So there's that. As I go along, I will continue. So I'll flip through just so you can see what's already in this journal. It's those Applebee's, the silverware bags. I don't even know if they do that anymore. That's a stenciling. And this was just some designer papers. Again, everything's in the tones of orange. Using all this, the distress inks, marmalade, and carved pumpkin, etc. Here's this tuck spot I made out of a die cut. It's a side pocket with some journaling cards in it. Yeah, there's a I did some flowers that I put in a little envelope there that I had, acrylic envelope. And oh, I love this. This was some fabric Jennifer had put me in my little design team package, and I made a pocket out of it. So the one thing I did want to share that I did make for this using a tutorial was I made a pen case, and I think G Kerr, and it's so funny, we don't know how to say her name, if it's G, if it's Guy, or whatever, but I just say G. But I made a pencil container, and it clips on with a larger paper clip, and just decorated it. So is it Summer Prelude? It's Summer Prelude, but yeah, that's it. Summer Prelude by Ephemera's Vintage Garden that I used for the paper. And then just have 2 pens in here that are in the colors of orange. Yeah, so that's that. So that's my September daily. And then let me show you what I made today. This is what did I make this out of? Oh, an envelope that I folded in half. And I had already done the pocket here. This was doing another tutorial as there's some washi. So I'm not sure if I was following Wendy or somebody, but I made a book page envelope and just adhered it to the front. So this is a tag that was off some clothes, and I repurposed it for this, as well as this is a piece of ephemera. I'm pretty sure this is from Amity Bloom, and behind it I have Amity Bloom. This is from her one of her French ephemera collections, just behind there, to give us just some color, because everything's in coffee dye paper. And here, this is when I was playing around. Remember, I made all those acetate. I had those acetate discs that I got from Hobby Lobby, and I took some dried flowers and then used some glossy accents. And a piece of crochet trim and some other stash laces, etc. So here's the back. You can see that the envelope had been coffee. It was coffee stained, and then I had put the doilies on there just to give it a pattern. So on the front, the closure, super easy. It's a Tim Holtz hitch fastener, and this is actually just some elastic that I have. It's secured. It's in the flap of the envelope here, and I did reinforce the envelope with washi, and you can see that opens up. It's just a normal envelope. So let me flip through here real quick since my time is coming to an end. So there's a button card. I have used made buttons out of a 1/2-inch circle punch, and these are from Calico Collage. This is one of Sagita's envelopes. I purchased this early on when Sagita first hit the scene. I loved her, just her dyeing. Here's some parchment paper that had been used when I was drying some papers. This is from Kelly That is Crafty Malika. That's from her one of her brown girl collections, and I just did it. I had reduced it down, so I put that in there. And this is from, ooh, I'll come up with that name in a second. Some graph paper, just some design paper I had, journaling cards I had. Here is a damask bag that I got probably from Denise, who is, why can't I think of anybody's names today? You guys know Denise, probably from her collection. There's some postcards from EVG. The other side of that, it's graph paper with some numbers on it. Here I've done some napkin decoupage on a book page, and this just has a glassine envelope. There's a couple of pieces of ephemera in there. It's a cabinet card. Piece of ephemera. I'm not sure where I got that from. Here's the center of the signature, and it is one of those side pockets. It's got two side pockets. Here's one of my tattered floral paper clips that I had made a long time ago. I've got a bunch of these, and I just keep them for embellishing. Okay, drop the piece of ephemera, but you can see it's got the two side pockets, and you can also see where the doilies made really pretty patterns in the coffee stain paper. There. And again, I just wanted to make something. Honestly, there was no rhyme or reason to it. Definitely no theme or anything. This was a quick little journaling spot that I had made a long time ago, and I forget who even showed that, where you take the two pieces of paper and fold them in half. And you know, I just distressed the edges and added a Tim Holtz paper doll and butterfly on the front. That. Let me see if there's anything else on here that I've actually made. No, just the more design paper. Again, I just felt like making something. Oh, that's it. It's Genevieve Designs, and Genevieve had some ephemera packages, and I bought her ephemera kit, and so that's one of the pages from that. That's Genevieve. The back of Sagita's envelope. Love her coffee dyeing. And the back of the envelope opens up, and so there's a little tuck spot in here. You can put some treasures or whatever. So there you have it, y'all. A little crafting for Sunday. Hope everybody had a great Sunday, and have you know, that you look forward to having a blessed week. We'll talk soon. Happy crafting. Bye.